we've been giving our kids a memory verse every week. So before we get into our lesson, we're going to get into their memory verse real quick. And I want to show you a cool way to remember this memory verse. It should be good for all of us, a good way to remember it. And Noah is going to help me out with that. The memory verse for this week is this. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. Should be a one that we know very well. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6 says this. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. Kids, that's the one I really want you to remember, because many of us adults know that lots of times when we look at things, they just are not what they seem to be. Everything around us looks one way, but God tells us in his word that trust him and don't believe or lean or trust in what we are seeing with our eyes. And so I'm going to show you a good way to remember that, if I can do it without making a mess on myself. So this should work. But anyway, I've got this. This is Gracie's Hydro Flask. Now, Noah brought me a cup of water, and so I'm going to have Noah, just so you can see, nothing that I'm doing. Noah is going to take this cup. Now I want you to just pour it into there. Let them see you pouring the water in there. Raise it up a little bit. All right, you can see, yes, Noah is pouring water into the Hydro Flask. All right, water's in there. Now you're not here, but my wife would tell you. She'd tell me, Mama, is there water in there?
There's water in there.
There's what? Gracie, is there water in there?
Yep.
Noah, is there water in there?
Yeah.
Yes, there is water in there. Always a comedian in the group. So now I'm going to take this card, just an index card. Kids, this is something you can try at home. I'm going to put this over the top of the Hydro Flask. Now I want you to watch, okay? Because I'm fixing to do something that you probably would not normally do. So I'm going to turn it upside down, just like so. Now, everybody knew there was water in there, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, are you sure?
What?
Are you sure there's water in there? No, don't you touch that card, boy. So, when you look at this, that should not, it seems like, by looking at it, all that, water should come pouring out like that. And it did. But you see that it didn't happen at first. Anyway, so, hey, it worked for a little while. And that should help you remember that we are to not necessarily allow our eyes to determine what it is that we believe. And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is a reminder of that. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. And Gracie is down for the count. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you will never, ever forget that verse now.
I didn't even have to touch it. Gravity did it for me.
Because what happens when you lean on your own understanding? You fall in the floor like Gracie does. All right. So